All right, listen. You can't be a sugar addict, a cocaine addict, whatever. You can't be an addict and walk into a house full of the things that you are addicted to. If you know you are addicted to certain types of food that you know, without being a nutritionist, without being a doctor, without being a food scientist, you know that it is bad for you. Okay, you have to prepare for success, or you're essentially planning to fail. All right, so me, before I go to my family, I have prepared all the food that I need for that whole entire 2 days that I'm hanging out with my family. Okay, I'm good. I prepared this. I got the stuff I need for smoothies, the stuff in the morning, dinner. I'm sharing with them. I'm like, I got so much abundance over here. You can have a little of my good stuff over here. While y'all eat the craziness, I got enough for you. So I'm not only good for me, I'm good for them too. All right. If you don't prepare for success, you're planning to fail. Trust me. All right. Cause I'm just telling you, people think illicit drugs are addicting. No, the biggest addiction is food. Especially this man-made, sugary, rich kind of food that we eat during the holidays. The cookies, the cakes, the pies, but even the food itself. It's so rich in seed oil, sugar, unhealthy white flour. I can go on and on, okay? It's just important for us to understand you have to plan for success, all right? If you don't do that and you walk in there, and you start to smell that nostalgia going up through your nostrils, and it starts to conjure up the memories of being a child and waiting for that food. It's going to be very difficult to be successful. All right. So that's number one. All right. If you don't do that, you're done. All right. Number two, find what your healthy replacements are going to be. All right. So I'll give you just a few examples of mine. All right. As you guys know, I don't eat animal products. All right. So you may be asking, what's my protein? What's my meat substitute? Air quotes. Primarily mushrooms. Okay. If I want like a steak-like texture, okay, then it's going to be lion's mane mushrooms. Okay. If I want a chicken-like texture, then it's going to be oyster mushrooms. Now you may be asking yourself, Doc, if you plant-based, why are you searching for, a meat alternative? I'm not. I'm searching for the texture, okay? And I'm also, most importantly, I want to make sure I have protein on my plate, all right? So that's what it's really about. I got the texture, I got the nutritional protein that I'm searching for. Boom, my replacements are those. And when I tell you they are perfect replacements, they are perfect. So perfect, when people ask me, do I miss meat? No. I don't miss meat, okay? What I miss is my grandmother who died of cancer. What I miss is my grandfather who died of complications of diabetes. I don't miss meat, okay? I don't miss meat. All right, cool. So we get on down. All right. And again, there's no judgment, just kind of telling you what my perspective is. The second replacement, instead of rice, I have quinoa. If you don't know what quinoa isn't even a grain, which makes it better, is actually a seed. Okay. Eating refined grains, like what rice is, a highly refined grain that turns into sugar in the body, is what spikes the blood sugar, increases insulin. And this is part of what makes your blood sugar and your blood pressure go up. Okay, so I replaced that with quinoa that doesn't have that effect at all. All right. White flour. Instead of using white flour, I will use chickpea flour. I will use organic sprouted spelt flour sparingly. I will use teff flour as well too, which is gluten-free. So those are the type of flours I would use instead of just the white flour or the wheat flour. Okay. A huge shift as well too. Those type of flours not only spike the blood sugar, but they constipate you. All right, hugely important. And they're loaded with chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides. Sugar. Instead of using white sugar, I use date sugar. Okay. I've literally had diabetics try this. Take a date, eat 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. All right. They taste like sugar. And then test your blood sugar. It does not spike your blood sugar. Okay. So this is why I replace the white sugar with the date sugar. Now with all that other sugar that you're going to bring up, the stevia and the tabino, whatever it is, okay? Because there's over 200 names for sugar or 200 types of sugar. I use a natural sugar. I use date sugar. I even use coconut sugar, okay? Make that shift. That's going to be a big shift as well too. So again, number 2, finding healthy replacements, okay? And finding healthy replacement doesn't compromise your taste buds. You still get to enjoy. That's the beautiful thing. Number 3, beware of liquid calories. Beware of liquid calories. The reason why I'm saying this is because this is when people put on the weight. During the holidays, people can gain up to 10, 15 pounds. Okay, just during the holidays, and throw away everything they did 9 months earlier. Okay, hugely important. So what I would advise is staying away from the liquid calories. Liquid calories is what I mean. When you drink water, water has no calories. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize what they're drinking is adding so many calories to their body, spiking their blood pressure, spiking their blood sugars, increasing insulin, throwing their hormones off. Most people don't notice, okay? And most of these drinks are loaded with chemicals as well, too. I talked about things like Mountain Dew and other type of drinks that are loaded with chemicals that are not only harmful to your gut, but some of them have chemicals that are actually carcinogenic, okay? So stay away from the liquid calories, okay? Focus on drinking teas instead of whatever sweet, sugary beverage that you're used to, like tea, or in the South, people drink sweet tea, lemonade, even my Caribbean people, be careful about the sorrel, okay? As well too, because what type of sugar are you using, okay? So either sparingly or eliminate the liquid calories, okay, during this time. And you can make natural sweet juices, okay? Literally from fruits, all right? And that'll be your natural sweet juice, okay? So that could be your sweet beverage, all right? So that's a great replacement. Number 4, okay? Number 4, eat a big salad before every meal, okay? All right, make that's, you remember when we were kids and your mother used to say, until you leave this table and eat your green peas, you cannot leave the table. And you will be sitting there for 3 or 4 hours, okay? The tables have turned. You're an adult now, all right? But you're not eating your peas. I'm just using peas as an example. You need to eat your peas, but in the form of a big salad. The reason why that's so important is when you get the green stuff in, all right, this stuff has its own digestive enzymes, all right? It's gonna make not only digesting the salad easier, but make anything that comes after it easier. As a matter of fact, when you eat a salad before you eat whatever it is you're gonna eat, it will actually blunt the effect of your blood sugar levels. So cause less blood sugar spikes when you eat a big salad beforehand. All right. And on top of that, you're getting all the nourishment. You're getting the fiber in as well, too. The fiber in the salad is what's going to sweep out the gut. Okay. Make sure you have that bowel movement. So number 4, eat a big salad before every meal. Okay. Or at least eat a salad. Be careful with the dressing. All right. Be careful with the dressing. When you buy dressing, which I don't recommend buying, I actually recommend making a dressing. I'll tell you how you can do that at the end, all right? Don't buy a dressing because most of them are seed oils, okay? I highly recommend making one. You can make a dressing in 4 ingredients, okay? But be very careful. Use your own oils. but don't use seed oils, okay? And a lot of dressings have a lot of sugar in it, okay? So just be careful about that. But eating a big salad before your meal is a game changer, okay? You want to do that, all right? Number 5, start the day out healthy, okay? On the day of the holiday or whenever you're going to be going to this holiday party or whatever it is, you know this, all right? You know this is an unfortunate opportunity to be on your worst behavior. Okay, so if you're knowing that in your mind, then start the day out on your best behavior, okay? Start the day out getting up in the morning with exercise and movement. Go for a walk in the morning. Jump on the Peloton in the morning. Go to the gym in the morning. Do some calisthenics in your home in the morning. Start the day with movement, all right? That gets the blood flowing. First meal of the day, started with a green smoothie, started with a green juice, okay? Started with something healthy, a bowl of fruit, okay? A bowl of berries, whatever it may be. Start the day off there.